What's up, guys? Jesse, Dapper Dude's Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Getting ready to head to a job. Here's the complaint. Customer called in and said, hey, my garage door is trying to lift it, got an error code, said excessive lifting force. It kind of just stopped. I could see everything like bowing. And then he said he and his son tried to raise it by hand and they heard some clicking sounds or whatever. And then when they got to the top, they couldn't shut it even by hand, even with the emergency release cord pulled. So give you guys just a little learning moment. What do you think that is? If you're in the industry or been in the industry, you probably know in detail what this is. Not just a broke spring, but a Wayne Dalton system. I'm betting anything. I asked for a picture. The guy said I don't do too good with cell phones, so we're about to go that way, head his direction to see what's going on here. We'll turn the camera on when we get there, see what's going on. I'm betting anything it's a Wayne Dalton broke spring. So with that said, I real quick want to touch on, sorry I haven't been too active on the social media stuff, man. I've just been crazy busy in my personal life. And just so you guys know, I still get a lot of you off my old channel. I hope you can find me again on this new channel. Deleted the old channel due to stupid, senseless business advisor advice. It cost me big on my other YouTube channel, so I hope a lot of you guys can find me again. But if you have found me, welcome to this channel, and I appreciate the follow, faithful follows and subscribers. So I know we're not big on this channel, just a couple hundred subscribers, which is nothing, but it doesn't matter. We're trying to get the right ones. I'm not looking for popularity. I'm looking to help you guys and further drive my business, to be honest with you. So with that said, a lot of you have been asking about the online courses. We are working on them, guys, I promise. And not only that, we're trying to get a little training spot built with multiple garage door bays so you guys can train like regular garage door installs, but also a separate bay, you know, another bay, just so we can actually put up a cheap garage door and crash it on purpose. Because if you start this thing on your own, one of the things you're going to run into most is crashed garage doors, cable off door resets. And sometimes it can be flat out dangerous, guys. Like if you don't know where the pressure and release points are, what to do, what steps to take first, it can be absolutely dangerous. So yeah, future's looking good. We're optimistic about the things to come, and hopefully we can help you guys in your journey. Let this whole industry change your life just like it did mine. So that's what we're trying to do on this channel, man. Show you what my life is like, take you along for different rides, throw you nuggets and bones on this channel right here. But if you want to really learn this in depth, you need to take our online courses or the in-person training once we get the facilities built. But all that's in the work. We're fixing to start breaking ground on it and everything. So that said, just hang in there, guys. It's coming. I'm not going to deliver. I'm not going to not deliver on that promise. So it is a promise. It's coming one way or another. So that said, let's get to this job, see what's going on, and we'll cut the camera on when we get there. Let's go. All right, here we are on the job. Check this out. It is, in fact, Wayne Dalton door. As you see the yellow sticker right there. So yeah, that said, I'm gonna verify. Do some, got my little laser pin here, flashlight laser pin. You'll see right here, you gotta look really close. Hang on. Zoom in here if the camera will zoom, there we go. So notice this little gap right here, see my laser? That lever right there. When the spring breaks on this type of system, that lever will engage up in that little wheel, preventing the door from shut. So that's what one of his complaints were. Which, if you take a look on this side, that side over there we just looked at was good, but if you look at this one, see this lever, my laser pin right here? That lever right there is engaged in that wheel. So that's the problem. To release that, you would hit this little lever right here, push it in the up position up here toward the ceiling, and it'll release this. But you don't want to do that till you got the door clamped. So it is in fact a broke Wayne Dalton spring. So what we're going to actually do is convert it to a torsion system. Got all new parts right here, my ladder. This will require a 16-foot torsion tube. That's what size this is, 16 by 7. You'll need cables, in-bearing plates, spring plate, mini spring bracket, that's what they call that. Metal bearing. We actually use the real bearings, not the plastic black bushings. Here's the drums that the cables go on, 400-8 drums. We're gonna replace all the rollers with long stem nylon rollers with bearings. Just way better. Don't mess with the short stems, it's pointless. And that's pretty much it. Then give them a complimentary lubricant when we're done. So first thing we're gonna do, put some vice grips up here, just for safety. And we'll disable this, pull the cord. First got to disable this, so push my hand up here. So what I'm going to do is reach up here, push up a little bit so it puts slack in the cable. Then I'm gonna just push this lever. Hope you can see that. I can't see. See, I'm gonna push this lever on the very corner, push it up in the air, and then it releases this. So now it's free. While I've got the door pushed up, go ahead and just pull that cable. And with the vice grips still attached, I can push up on this side as well. You might have to pull the cable down and then hold the bar up here with your hand, like that, so it doesn't backspin. That way, see, it keeps slack for you. Pop the cable off, and then let the spring system spin and get the tension off. That's that. Then, while the door is in the up position, this is much faster. Saves you a step. Cut those tags off. Here's an important note, guys. So we're gonna put these cables on while the door's up. But you wanna take some needle nose pliers. The loops on most of your cables are a little bit bigger than really what they should be. So what I always do, if you put it on the way it is right now, it has a high tendency to pop off because these Wayne Dalton systems, their bottom bracket that fits cables is much smaller than this loop, so oftentimes it'll pop off. So what you want to do is just grab some needle nose. Don't clamp it too much, but just squeeze that gap a little tighter. Then loop it over the railing system, so come under this way. Loop it over up there if you can see that. Then feel if you need to. I don't even have to look. I've done this so many times. Just pop that cable onto the bottom bracket. Actually, I do have to look. There's something in the way. Yeah. So yeah, you come over the rail up here, come over the top, and then pop that cable back there. I know it's probably too close to zoom in, but see, on the bottom bracket down there. And do it again on this side. Remember, you want to clamp this down, make that loop just a little tighter. Not too tight or you won't be able to get it on, but come over the top, over the outside, over the top. Then you'll see what I'm doing here. Just come through back here. See that? Just clamp it on this bottom bracket. Just like so, and leave it. So the cables are on and ready. Now we're just gonna drop the door by hand. It's dead weight, so be careful when you do this. You gotta be ready. Opener handle is full. You wanna make sure it drops when you want it to. When you drop this down, drop it evenly. From there, it's pretty straightforward. So what we're gonna do next is come up here. We're gonna disassemble this whole spring system, right? So first thing I'm gonna do, take this cotter pin out. Move this out of the way. I keep the cotter, I don't just lay the cotter pin down. I go ahead and put it in here, slide that back, keep it within reach. That way we can do what we need to do up here. So, get our impact driver. Most of these are going to be 1/2" bolts, 7/16 at the top up here that holds the center plate on. So I could start right here, but I'm not going to do that because I need to take these both sides off first, and then I'll create it. It'll make it start wobbling. It's good to have this on, so we're going to actually do that last. So 7/16. I actually see how this cable's dangling. Go ahead and loop it under once. Grab it and tie it. Tie it. That way it stays and doesn't, because trust me, it'll fall down the side of the door. First one is going to be a lag bolt. behind all this mess, there'll be a lag bolt under here at 7/16 almost always. Take that out. Swap. Then there'll be a nut and a bolt right here. Only one usually, and it's a 1/2 inch size. So we'll take that off. Hope you can see that. I'm trying to lean over for you. Just as a reminder, check the tension. See how there's really no tension. If there were, it'd try to be back spinning hard, so it's safe to take this off. So reach under there, pull that nut out, and then this, sometimes you have to lift up and then wiggle this end plate off. See, like that. See how there was no tension? That's because we did it safely. So you can have the end bearing plates with you and stick it on right now. I do it either way. Sometimes I put them on now, sometimes I just wait. So for now, we'll just leave that. So see, that's at rest. I can take it off whenever I'm ready. Do the same thing on this side. Tension should be good. So there's like a half inch nut and bolt right here, carriage style bolt. Take that off. Pop it out. Fell out. It helped me. Then that 7/16 lag bolt, of course. Take that out. And again, just wiggle this off. And pull that. See how it just sits on this right here? Just lift up, pull it off. Set this aside. Then we can do the middle last. See, because now it's holding up in the middle, and then as soon as you take this off, everything will be fully balanced for you. You got control of it, so that's why it's better to do it that way. Pull that out, pull that out. See, I'm holding it against the wall. Then lift up in the middle, take it off the track, and just like that. We got the first one disassembled. Bam, so now we're ready to put the new torsion system up. So we got the 16-foot bar. What we're gonna do first is put the end bearing plates up. That said, I need to find my nut bag. So here's a full bag. When you mount the new system, we always use heavy duty hardware, 9/16. So that'll be a 7/16 to shoot the center plate into the stud up there. But then when you connect the spring to the center plate, always use 9/16. It's just stronger, especially on the springs. But we're gonna use two 9/16 on the sides and probably put one of those lag bolts back in on the top. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. So two 9/16 carriage nuts and bolts. Go ahead and take my end plates. These right here, guys, they're, let me crank that light on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, these are end bearing plates, okay? If you're looking at them, this end bearing plate, the flap that faces the left, that means it goes on the left side. You got this end plate, see the flap facing the right, that means it goes on the right. So they should be mounted like this with a spring system in between, okay? All right, glad you got that. All right, so what you wanna do right here, quick note, pay attention. A lot of these homes, when they're installed, you'll see a dry line running through here. Mount the spring system roughly according to that line, okay? What I mean is this. I can mount this end bearing plate on notch. See, you got this line of holes right here. Got a line of holes. I've got two sets of holes right here on the end bearing plate. I can mount it right there or actually go higher up. We don't want to do that because then it puts the tube shaft about right here, so high, and see, it's above the line right here. What we want to do is drop it down one, and then our torsion bar is going to be more parallel with the line that goes across. It's just, sometimes if you're not paying attention, if your bar is too high, when you're ready to mount the center plate, it starts hitting the opener rail right there and you create more work for yourself. So 9/16, make sure this is relatively flush against the wall. Put your first bolt towards the back. 9/16 nut. So be careful and don't drop it. Put it on there, cinch it down roughly, tight, don't tighten it yet. Another 9/16. I always actually, since I'm going to use another lag bolt, if I don't use a lag bolt up here on the back side, then I put the 9/16 right here, which I could, but it's not a problem. I'm going to put it right here to hold the front side bottom part. Special note, if you're ever putting these end bearing plates up, you always want carriage style bolts because the drum's going to be right here and the cable's going to be winding up around it. Man, we didn't want that cable to get stuck. This sucks. We'll get that in a minute. Good grief. I have to loosen these brackets. But anyway, you want to use these 9/16 carriage style, regardless of whether it's 1/2 inch or 9/16. 9/16 fits these holes better, doesn't let the nut rotate, but always use carriage style bolts. That way when the drum's rotating and the cable, it doesn't hit like right here. See how these people, whoever installed this, they should have put the flat side, the head of the nut right here. See that flat part? They should have put it on this side going that way and the long part sticking out that way, not this way. Because when the cable's mounted up here, it's just asking to get in the way. See that? Bad install right there. Carriage bolts, guys. Come on, Wayne Dalton, let's go. And lastly, don't tighten these nuts down yet. You want to shoot this lag bolt right here into this flap, okay? And it goes flat against the wall. Then you can come back and tighten these bottom ones. Pay attention, I've seen people overlap the end bearing plate on top of this flag bracket. Don't do that. Put it, look how flush mine is. Look at that. Details, guys, details. Okay. That is beautiful. Let's go. Tighten them up. You don't have to overdo it. And look at that, the sucker's tight. It's beautiful, that's what you want. Same thing on the other side. Now this is downhill already. Put the bar in here first next, I'll show you why. Some people assemble this before they even put it up. You can absolutely do that, but the problem is, this is a 16-foot bar, so the spring will weigh the bar down and sometimes get close to bending it. So I do it this way, just because I like quality work. I'm not just looking to be fast to cut corners, so put that up there, then hold on to this. Watch out though. You want to see, make sure you got the same amount of distance of the torsion tube sticking out of the end bearing plate. So we got way more on that side. We want to even it up, slide the bar. Can't see it, I can see that side about 3 inches. Pull it over. I can see the bar sticking out. Same on that side from my angle, so we're good, it's even. Now, this is why I wait on putting the system together. Now, get your attachment ready. Go ahead and put a lag bolt in it, magnetized so it holds, okay? You got this spring plate up here. I'm gonna offset it. Don't ever put it right under the rail, because if you have to take the motor down or change it, then you're gonna run into an issue usually. So just offset it just barely. And you see how it's sagging down? There's obviously 16 feet, so it's dipping because of the weight. Go ahead and put the spring bracket up here and then raise it just a hair. Get away from me. Make sure this is level, running all the way across as best as possible, then shoot it. Okay. I'm gonna put a lot of pressure on that bracket, so I'm gonna go out there and pre-drill it and shoot another hole right here. You don't want that looking like that. So I got that spring plate shot. Then what I do, put a bracket up here or a pair of vice grips, put them really tight too. That way this bar can't come off. Okay, so it's held on there. Let's figure out what spring we got. So we know what side to stick it on, so we got a black. All right, we got a black cone, but before you even put it up, it's always smart to check the cone. If you got a black one, it should be facing like this. And just to check, because sometimes they get the paint wrong, they paint the wrong cone. You want to make sure the winding goes towards the wall, okay? So it's a black cone, and sure enough, the winding right here stops and goes towards the wall, so that's right. That's good. Set that to the side. So what we're gonna do first, put this in bearing, or this 408 drum on there, put it back in. The bearing, of course, goes on first. And we got a black spring, so it's going to fit in the cone like this. Not like this. This little lip right here sits on the spring bracket, okay? So this bearing is going to fit in the cone just like that. See that? Hope you can see it. There's not much light. So that said, this bearing definitely has to go on like this. Okay, if you have a red spring, it's going to come from this way, so you'd put the bearing this way, right? So we're on the right side, so it needs to go this way so the cone of the spring can fit over that. Slide it down, bend this spring and put it on. Slide it down. And then lastly, put your drum on. That's it. Leave it sticking out a little bit. Make sure both sides got distance about the same on each side. And then put the nuts and bolts on the spring to the spring plate and you're good. All right, so I can take these vice grips off now. Because see, it was holding my system up here, so when I slid the spring, because trust me guys, this thing will fall off the spring bracket up here. Sorry. It will fall off like this, and then the weight of the spring drops the whole bar, and sometimes it bends it. So see what I mean? Real quick. See that little spring bearing up there? See how the lip of it fits on that spring bracket? That's what you want. So then this side, the cone of the spring slides right over it. See? Boom, just like that. But see how it fell down? You don't want that. You want to make sure that little lip is up on that spring bracket. Otherwise, if that stayed right there, the bar would rotate and cut itself on that spring bracket. So very important for you to make sure you lift that up and get that spring. Let's put this bolt in here first. Top one as well. And see how I got it back up on there now? That's what you want. And I've got lock washers. They're lock nuts. It's up on there, yep. There you go. All right, guys, pretty much got it on there. Everything installed. Whole system up there. Cables wrapped up, tied off on both sides. Check the distance on the bar up here. Got it pretty good, about 3.5, 4 inches on that side. Got a good amount on that side, about the same. So yeah, we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and get a pair of vice grips. Get your ratchet tool. All right, so this is the most important part, setting the cables. The spring, it's just a simple formula, but the cables, you need to tighten those. Preset your vice grips, not too tight, don't crush the bar, but you do want it tight enough to where it don't slip. That's good. Then, all right, take your cable, and if you notice, again, I've said this before, you notice when you got this cable notch right here, it locks into place on the drum. You got a spot right here, see where it locks in like this right here. Okay, so make sure you can see that. Let's get some light. That spot locks in on that drum, okay? When you put this thing on, you want this to lock in like that, not turned out, okay? So what I mean is you don't want the flap turned out like that, because this could stick out like that, and every time this rotates, it'll come around and that outside sticking flap will hit the end bearing plate or something. Click, 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 click. You don't want that. So put it in here, lock it in place, and make sure it's flush. Turn those flaps from like this, flush like that with the drum. See, nothing's sticking out. Hold it there and come around. Make sure, absolutely, because see, right now we're hung on something. Yep, down here. You have to make sure that cable's not hung on anything. It is on the edge of the door right here. This is notorious on Wayne Dalton doors. Okay, try this again. Make sure that flap is flat. Hold on, let's start over here. Okay, let's go behind the door again. Okay, goodness, come on now. All right, flaps flat, pull it tight. No slack. Okay, you should feel it now. Like you can do it once you get enough experience. You'll be able to pop this cable, and it should have like a slacky boom without any restriction. You'll get the feel for it, trust me. This bar slid over, so I'm gonna slide it back. All right, so keep this cable tight. Cinch this down with your thumb. Sometimes there'll be like a baby loop right here. Hope you can see that. I'm not too close to the camera. There'll be like a loop here. Cinch that down with your thumb while turning this drum. Okay, make it flat and tight. Go ahead and tighten these set screws. Once it bites, stop and maybe another few cranks, that's it. Don't damage the bar. See how it bit? Crank, crank, that should be enough, literally. So hold it tight, don't let it slip. Then you wanna lift this whole door, use your foot if you need to. Use a ratchet. Lift up just barely, till it barely starts coming off the ground or makes those cables tight. Okay, put this up here, then clamp it. While holding, clamp it. Now watch. Tight like a guitar string. So that's good. Same thing on this side. Here's a little trick I learned. I've posted this before. Use a second pair of vice grips. Set it on here, don't want this too tight, just enough to close, like that, okay? I'm gonna use that for leverage. Unloosen it, make sure it's not hung up, it's good. Put it up here. Turn the flap in, it's flat, flush. Not gonna bump anything, nick anything and make an annoying noise. See, we're hung up right here, I can feel it. Rotate that, keep it tight. And again, see I popped this cable? It's got like a loose dangliness to it. You get the feel. All right, see how you got a loop right here? I'm gonna grab this drum, use my thumb, turn it, and get rid of that little loop as best as possible. Then put the vice grips on toward the top, clamp them. And listen, we're gonna use this vice grip for leverage. Do not pull towards you like this. Pull in a downward motion in the same exact alignment and angle as the drum. So what I mean is, if you got the vice grip right here, do not pull this way as you're naturally gonna be standing over here, right? I'm definitely gonna get that a little tighter. All right, there we go. So what I mean is line up with it. And when I go to pull this vice grips for leverage, if you pull it this way, more toward the outside, you'll break this lip off. But it's safe if you can grab it and pull straight down like this in alignment with the drum. So straight towards you, like, then it won't break this. But I also use my foot for leverage, okay? So I help it, look how easy that is. Because I'm lifting with my foot. Foot and hand. I use my forearm against the bar, and it's like doing a preacher curl, leverage. See, crank. This forearm right here, elbow on bar gives you leverage. So come straight down. So lift the door about the same as you did the other side. So lift it barely. There we go. That right there, and then hold it. Crank, crank, that's good. Other side, till it bites. Stop, crank, crank. That should be good. And you can let go of the vice grips. See? About the same as the other side. And then from here, guys, it's just cranking that spring. We got a 7-foot door, so we're gonna crank this four quarter turns times how tall the door is, so 28 to 29 quarter turns. All right, so you gotta get your winding bars and crank this spring. Turn it a few times by hand, as much as you can. I usually go up to 10 to 12 turns. Starting point right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $15, 22, 3, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29. Then let it back wind against this, it'll hold it there, and then all you do is just lift up a little. Cinch it down. Oh, that should be good. You can let go. And just so you know, zoom in right here. You can see this paint right here. This is brown. I use a 234 brown on most of my doors. You can use a 243 green depending on the length of it, but 234 brown works perfect. So that's that. Go over here and get my vice grips off the wall up here. And reattach this last. Throw cotter pin back in. Just like that. I leave this undone. See, this is the lock mode. I'm gonna keep it pulled down because I wanna test the door and check the balance of the cables. I wanna make sure they're tight. So let's lift it up and see what happens. Already pulled it. Look at that, beautiful. Perfect. Lift it up and it's stayed. That's absolutely perfect. When the door's up, you wanna make sure the cables are tight, super tight. Super tight on that side. So this, boys and girls, was a successful job. Awesome. All right, guys, just finished up that job. As you can see, the date, May 28, 2026. What I did was a 16x7 torsion conversion, complete kit that includes a 16-foot tube shaft, a pair of end-bearing plates, pair of 400-8 drums, 7-foot pair of torsion cables, center bearing, mini spring bracket for the spring to mount on, 234 brown 29-inch spring. It was a black cone, faced the right side, 10-pack of long stem safety rollers with bearings, and then the labor, old torsion system deconstruction 150, new torsion system reinstallation 150, but yeah, our torsion system's 849 plus tax. There's the labor. Covered up his information here to be private and discreet. And then here we are, 1149 subtotal, 70 in tax for a total of $12.20 and 11 cents. And if I'm being honest, guys, my parts cost is about $129 for the torsion conversion, the complete kit, literally. And then probably actually the rollers are almost just as high. They're almost like $7 to $9 a roller. So my parts cost was about $200 rounded, you know, maybe a little bit less. So all in all, looks like I came out with about $1,000 profit for a job that took less than about 40 minutes or so. Maybe would have taken 30 minutes had I not been using the GoPro and my phone and things like that recording. But yeah, took the time to show you guys, but still about an hour or less if you're starting this thing out and learn how to do this. You can make pretty good money, man. So this is a pretty good industry. Give us a like, a follow, comment, subscribe, share, you name it. Let's get this channel growing, man. I'm gonna help you guys, so help me in return. But also, you're gonna be getting those online courses coming pretty soon. Still got some work to do, guys, but then also we are going to open up a spot, like I said earlier, and actually allow you guys to fly in and train hands-on. So yeah, all that's going to be coming soon, guys. So give your boy a shout at Dapper Dudes Garage Doors. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Let's go. Appreciate you guys.